Hi ladies, hi gents, I hope you're all well. So I'm back off holiday and we had a wonderful time, and I did buy some goodies while I'm away. Those of you on my Facebook will know because I did do a little sneak peek of just one thing that I bought while I was away. But basically we went to a coastal area that is very traditional, so lots of Victorian houses and lots of little antique shops, and I went in my first ever rummage shop. It was actually called Robert's Rummage, and it was a great little shop. It was just jam-packed full of all sorts of curiosities and bits and pieces, and wow, we had amazing weather. We took lots of photographs, again, which the ones of you that know me on Facebook we shared some. We took masses. Lots of scenery and lots. So it was wonderful. It was amazing. We had a fantastic time. And I have to say, I have never been able to choose doilies and linens. Normally when we go to car boot sales, I buy what I can find. In some of these shops, I was able to choose. And some of it was expensive, and I didn't buy that, so I bought the cheaper stuff. You know, I stuck to my, you know, principles of, you know, I don't spend a lot of money, so I did buy the cheaper stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and share. This might be a couple of parts. I did find quite a bit, which I'm obviously thrilled about. And it replaces all those things that I've used doing all my fabric books and that recently. So anyway, the first day we got there was a vintage car boot sale. Now, I have never been to a vintage car boot sale, and basically all the cars that were selling were vintage cars. So every person that was selling from a vintage car, and it was amazing. And we took lots of photographs of the cars. I mean, they were just, wow, amazing. We went all round it, and I didn't see any linens or doilies till we got to the very last car. And she had some sets made up. She has, when she took them apart, she took all the pins that held the sets together. Basically it was like 4 or 5 doilies per set, and they were £1 a set, so it was a bargain. So I'm just going to go through them as quickly as possible, and right now I've got everything kept in the bags that I bought them in so that I could share them. So this was a set. I think there's 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that was the set. And this is gorgeous, square doilies with the lace edges. So then there's this one, this one, this one. Oh, and here comes Alfie. And this one, which I love. And that was the set, so that was £1. I am just going to go shut the door because the washing machine's on. Got to catch up with all the washing. Okay, so this one, again, which I love. And then, well, I love them all, but, you know, occasionally you get ones that just, like, you really love. In a different way. This one, this square one, and this one. I think there was 6 in this set. I can't remember. So all those, or that might have been 2 sets. I can't remember. I spent about £5. This was definitely a set, and there's 1, 2. There's 4 of those for £1. I couldn't believe it. And then this whole bundle here was a set, and actually I think there's about 7 or 8. And these are silk with lace on the edge, and some of them are stained. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those, and they're so light and gorgeous, but some of them are stained on the lace, but you know, I will still use them. So that was the set as well. I think it was £5 I spent. It was either 5 or 6, and I got all those, and I was so thrilled. And I remember I said to hubby, if that's all I find, I was happy. But I did find more. So that was on the first day. I won't do them in order of days because some of the shops I went back to 2 or 3 times. This one I do know, we went on a trip to Brighton for the day, and there was a vintage emporium. Now, this was, again, some of these were in bundles, and the price was per bundle. This bundle, I mean, everything, you know, either needs washed or ironed. I think that's one. This is a big long piece. I think this one was £2 for this lace, and it is gorgeous because they took all the pins off. I can't see the prices. I think in this shop I spent about £11. But it's all vintage lace. So I'm just going to go through it really quickly. They're all different size lengths. And like I say, they were sort of like tied together in little bundles like this for £2 or £3. This one is gorgeous. There's not an awful lot of it, but it is just stunning. I love it. It's like a shamrock or 4-leaf clover on the bottom. And some of these will be just to put away in my vintage lace collection. This one's gorgeous as well. There was a few doilies in these bundles as well. So there's that one. I'm just gonna, this is beautiful. Some lengths are longer than others. It really was just a mixture of different sizes and pieces. This is a little cotton one, very, very fine cotton one. I think this was with the first piece I showed you again. Beautiful. I was so thrilled when I got these. This one I absolutely love, and I remember this one was by itself, and I think this was £3 on its own, so it's probably the piece is so delicate and so beautiful. It really is stunning, but it does need pressed. It is just so unusual. So I was thrilled with that piece. That's another doily, because one of them was a bundle of doilies, that one. Lots of square ones, which I was really happy about, because obviously some albums doing pockets and stuff. This piece, another doily, and like I say, I did pay a little bit more for this bag, but it was all vintage. Oh, there's another piece of that one. It is just gorgeous. This one, which obviously came off a doily or something. This one, which is so fine, it's like a ruffled trim, which most of these probably came off clothing. And then this one, which I love as well. It's really beautiful. So that was from the shop in Brighton, and like I say, I think it was £11 that I paid for all this. Okay, I put this little fairy here just to try and keep the camera in focus. So that's that one. I did go to some charity shops and I did find a few pieces. This is all from one charity shop. So I found this applique, which was £1, and this one, which was £1. And I mean, I just don't find stuff like this unless it's at car boot sale. There was this square one, which I loved as well, and again that was £1. There's a set here of 4, and they were £3, so there's 3 small ones and then the larger oval one on that set. This set was quite a lot. This set was £8, but again there's 3 different sizes. There's nine pieces on this one. There's 1, 2 large, 3 large, 4 large and then 2 sort of medium, and all the rest are the small ones. But it was for obviously a charity shop as well, so, and I just thought, you know, I need to buy what I see in charity shops, because they didn't have like a huge range like some of the other shops. And I do like to buy from charity shops because it's given to charity. So I did spend a little bit more on that, but I was fine with that. Okay, this was a charity shop as well, and it's just 3 of the chair backs, and these are slightly more modern because they do have a care label on, but I loved the lace on them. And there's 3 identical, and these were 50p each, so there's 3 of them, so I spent £1.50. And you know, these are good for book. The linen is fabulous to keep either for flowers or book pages. So I got those, and again they were from a charity shop. Okay. I thought there was one more from the charity shop. There was this one, which is a runner, and that's it in half. So it's, well, it's actually, you know, quite long, and I love this design. And this one was 50p, so I got that. Across the road from our hotel there was a shop called Teddy Tinkers, and it was run by a wonderful woman, and it was literally right across the road. And see, I got her thing, Teddy Tinkers, and she was a lovely lady, and we kept popping in there because obviously it was right across the road. And the first day I went in, it was more of an antique vintage shop, and I just picked up some doilies. They all ranged, so this one was 50p. Love these. There's 2 of them, and they were £1. These are gorgeous. So there's 2 of those, 50p. This is a bigger one, but I loved the lace, and this one was £1.50. And this one was 50p. And this one was 50p as well. So that was the first day I went in there. I just picked those up. I mean, she had more expensive pieces, you know, like tablecloths for like £20–30, but you know, I just picked up the things that, one, I could use, and two, that were quite cheap. We did go back in a few days later, and she actually told me to rummage around, and she would, you know, do a good price for me. So this bundle, everything in this bundle I'm about to show you, was £10 altogether. I got these lace making, what they're called, I'm going to say spools, but they're for lace making, but I don't have any in my collection, and I wanted a couple just to put on my table with all my vintage bits and pieces, just so that I had some. And she was selling these £1 a piece, but like I say, this whole bag she gave me a discount, and everything I got together was £10. So I'm just going to show you, I can tell you the original prices. So this one, which was £1, beautiful lace, I love this lace. Well, this one's, the price is gone. I think it was 50p. I still didn't choose very expensive pieces. This is another smaller runner, but I love the lace on it. Is the price still on this one? I can't see the price on that one. I think it was like, would have been about £1 or £1.50. Some of them she cut the price off. This one was 50p, which is gorgeous. This lace, there's 3 meters of it. Oh, there it is. And that was £1.50. It's beautiful. Cotton. Gorgeous. Another chair back from in there, and this one was 50p also. Love the lace on these. This is a set. It definitely needs ironed. And this, I know she was selling this set for £4, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces, and it's very, very old and fragile. It does need a press, so I know that was selling for £4. This one is 50p again. As is this one, which, this one is, was £1. This one's unusual. I'd never seen one like this, so it just looks like a square doily from there, but when you lift it up there's a pocket here, and I thought, oh my goodness, that's great. And we were trying to work out what it would have been used for, and we thought, you know, like a hot plate, they might have put the stone plate in there and then put that down, and that's a hot plate. That's what we thought anyway. But I loved it because I instantly thought a pocket page in a doily book, that would be really interesting. Or a secret compartment in a doily book. But that would have been £1. So I'm probably well over the £10 by now. These were £1 each. I think I got 2 of these. Again, it needs ironing. And there's the second one. And then there was this one, which I love. I think was £2. This is a bigger sort of tablecloth. And it's made up of all these linen doilies with the crochet edges. And there's 2, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 of these doilies on there. I'm definitely going to cut this up because these are perfect for small miniature doily books or flowers or putting images onto. Just perfect. But she did very kindly. We did buy some other stuff from her. We bought a couple of vintage suitcases. One is for me, but I can't have it out. I had to hide it because if my daughter sees it, she is going to be most annoyed that I bought myself one and not her one. But we have bought her one, but it's for her birthday. So I can't have mine out until her birthday, till we give her hers. So so they're hidden away. We also bought a vintage mirror, again for my daughter for her birthday, and also a vintage decanter, crystal decanter, which is for my daughter. So we did buy quite a bit from her, and she was very good. She knocked the prices down on everything for us. She was lovely. So that was from Teddy Tinkers. I'm just going to show you one more thing and then I'll do a part 2. We were in what is called the old town of where we were, which was full of all the antique shops, which were quite pricey. But also Robert's Rummage was there, which I'll show you in the second video. But there was this one other shop, and I just went in and said, you know, if you've got any linens or doilies, and he said, if we do, it's in that fabric box outside that's marked £1. Anyway, I went out there and I found one bag, which was this, but it had a price of £12 on it. And I took it in. He said, did you find any? I said, I just found this bag. And he said, yep, that's £1. I said, but it says £12. He said, yeah, they didn't sell, so we put them in the box. So I paid £1 for this bag. I almost danced out the shop. I did dance once I got away from the shop. But I was like, oh my goodness. And there's actually 12 doilies in here, and they are gorgeous. So 1, 2, there's this one, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's a 6 about that size. This one, 7, slightly bigger. 2 of these. I couldn't believe it when he said, yeah, £1. This is in half. So that's an oval one. This one, which is quite big, but it's gorgeous. It's got the butterflies on this one. Here, it's the wrong way around, that way. I can't believe it. I couldn't believe it, and I went and met Graham. I was like, oh my god, you won't believe what I just got for £1. And then this one. So I was thrilled to get these for £1, especially when it said £12 on it. And he was just so casual about it. Yeah, they're £1. We tried to sell them at £12. Nobody was interested. You're the first person that's been interested in them. And they were in a box marked £1, so you'll pay £1. And I was like, oh my god. Anyway, so that's the first part. The second part is all going to be from Robert's Rummage, because that was just the best deal. So I'll be back with part 2 very shortly. Bye for now.